honestly, I just want you to just imagine a world without Beyonce. Imagine if Beyonce was never created. Just imagine. Just guys, just close your eyes. Close your eyes with me. Close your eyes. And just imagine music without Beyonce for a second. Just imagine. Oh gosh. Ugh. Guys, listen. Oof. That is a scary, scary thought. I just couldn't imagine it. And that's the point. You can't imagine a world, yeah, or music without Beyonce. Imagine if Beyonce was never created, man. Gosh. Yes, what's everyone saying? Hope everyone's well, everyone's good. This is your favourite R&B connoisseur, Henry here. And I'm back like I never flipping left. Let's just take a moment and just have a round of applause. A round of applause for the queen, for the undisputed queen bee. Beyonce now, officially, by the way, officially has the #1 album in the US with Renaissance. Renaissance debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200 charts with 332,000 copies. 332,000 copies sold in the first week. Not only that, no. That wasn't enough for the queen bee. That wasn't enough. She had to top it. She had to top it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been confirmed that not only does she have the #1 album in the US, but she also has the #1 single in the US with Break My Soul. So Beyonce now has the #1 album and the #1 single in the US simultaneously at the same time. It's an unbelievable achievement. It's an unbelievable achievement. Bear in mind, Beyonce has been in the music industry for damn near 30 years. And even to this very day, she's still breaking records. She's still breaking records. She's still hugely relevant and hugely successful, you know, despite being in the music industry for 30 years. Artists nowadays can't even last for 5 minutes. They can't even last for 5 minutes. There's a lot of artists that are what I like to call microwave artists, fast food artists. They come and they go. But Beyonce, not only has she lasted in the music industry for 30 years, she's still putting numbers on the flipping boards. A #1 single and a #1 album at the same time in Beyonce's lengthy career. It's just an unbelievable achievement. Guys, we need to soak this in because this is history in the making. This is a rare, rare feat. This is a rare feat. Beyonce is the first artist, yeah, to have a #1 single in 4 separate decades. The 90s, the 00s, the 10s, and now the 20s. She's the first artist, ladies and gentlemen, the first artist in history. In history. No other artist can say that apart from Beyonce. I think for me, this is one of Beyonce's most impressive, if not the most impressive achievement in her career. Because, you know, we all kind of knew that Renaissance, you know, would sort of debut at #1 on the Billboard 200 charts. We all knew that, right? We all knew that. Come on, I mean, let's be real. Who was really going to compete against Beyonce, especially on the week that she released her album? She didn't really have any competition. It's still impressive. Don't get me wrong. It's still impressive. But for me, what's even more impressive is "Break My Soul," the single that she released a few weeks ago with no video. And we all know that, you know, an artist typically releases a video when they release a single, because obviously that helps with the streams, right? And that helps with the overall sales. But Beyonce released no video, no visuals whatsoever for that single, and it still went to #1. This is mind blowing, man. The queen is the queen. Obviously, guys, you know that I love my stats, right? You know I love my stats. I can't help it. I love my stats. But I just want to read off some of the impressive stats that Beyonce has managed to achieve with this album. I just want to read a few of them. I'm not going to read all of them, but I just want to read a few of them so you can see and you can really, really understand how impressive this latest milestone from Beyonce is. You know, let me read a few of them. This latest, you know, #1 album, Renaissance, from Beyonce, becomes her 7th consecutive #1 album as a solo artist. Every single solo album that she's released in her career, yeah, they've all got to #1, from Dangerously in Love in 2003, which was her debut album, all the way to Renaissance in 2022. All of her albums have made it to number one. Make this even more impressive. If you want to include, the work that she did with Destiny's Child, or the albums that she released with Destiny's Child, that would make 9 number one albums in Beyonce's career. Obviously, for you Destiny's Child stands out there, you know that obviously Survivor, that album went to number one. And then obviously the number one's compilation album that they released went to number one as well. 9 number one albums Beyonce's had in her career, which is absolutely crazy. To be honest with you, she should have had more. I mean, I don't know how that Destiny's Fulfilled album didn't get to number one, but obviously that's another conversation for another day. Beyonce becomes the first female artist to debut at number one on the Billboard 200 this year, which is absolutely staggering. That is a wild stat, considering how many great, female artists have released an album this year. Rosalia comes to mind. Beyonce's Renaissance also earns the biggest debut sales week for an album by a female artist on the Billboard 200 this year, and the second overall after Harry Styles. Break My Soul marks Beyonce's 8th number one single on the Hot 100 charts as a solo artist. This is Beyonce's 8th number one, and her first sort of solo number one, as in solo, just her as the lead, since Single Ladies Put a Ring on It, which was released in I think 2008 or 2009. But this is her 8th number one overall as a solo artist, which is just mind-blowing. This is Beyonce's 12th number one on the Billboard Hot 100 charts. It's her 12th number one if you include obviously some of the singles that went to number one when she was in Destiny's Child, like Bills, 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 Say My Name, Independent Woman, Part 1, Bootylicious. This is her 12th number one on the Billboard Hot 100 charts in her career. 12, ladies and gentlemen. What's even more impressive is that every single song on this album, Renaissance, charted on the Billboard Hot 100 charts. Every single song charted on the Billboard Hot 100 charts. Just to give you some context, she's only the 9th artist in history to ever achieve this feat. Do you want to know who was the first one to do this? Who was the first artist to ever have all songs on an album chart on the Billboard Hot 100 charts? You guessed it. It was Beyonce with Lemonade. So guys, man, these are just some of the sort of impressive accomplishments that Beyonce has now achieved with this album, and this single charting at number one. And I just want you to think about it like this. Beyonce, at the stage she's at in her career, almost 30 years deep into the music industry, has no business having a number one album and a number one single. She should be done. She should be absolutely done right now. She has no business, achieving the milestones that she's achieved with this single, Break My Soul, and this album, Renaissance. She has no business due to her greatness, and due to her undeniable talent. She always, do things that people told her that she couldn't do. She's been able to always push the boundaries. She's been able to always prove the critics wrong and prove the doubters wrong. Just remember, a few years ago, people were saying Beyonce was finished. But look at her now. Number one album, number one single in the country. The second time that she's managed to do this in her career. But we've got to give Beyonce her flowers. We have to give her flowers. No matter if you like Beyonce's music or not. There's no denying that this female, this musician called Beyonce Knowles Carter is an absolute legend. She is a legend. I don't care what you have to say. She's a legend. She's an icon. She's a trailblazer. She is everything that an artist should be. We have to start giving artists like Beyonce her flowers while she's still here, ladies and gentlemen. We have to. We don't know how long she's got left in the music industry. She might decide, over the next couple of years to sort of just quit music. We never know. I mean, she's a mother of 3 now. She's been there, done it. There's nothing that Beyonce has not achieved in her career. So we need to appreciate her while she's still here, because we don't know how long she's got left. And this is a once in a lifetime, once in a generation type of artist, man. This is a once in a generation type of artist. And see, I just want you to just imagine a world without Beyonce. Imagine if Beyonce was never created. Just imagine. Guys, just close your eyes. Close your eyes with me. Close your eyes. And just imagine music without Beyonce for a second. Just imagine. Oh, gosh. Oh, guys, listen. Woof! That is a scary, scary thought. I just couldn't imagine it. And that's the point. You can't imagine a world, yeah, or music without Beyonce. Imagine if Beyonce was never created, man. Gosh. And thank God, you know, thank the Lord above that we don't have to experience that. And we didn't have to experience that. And on a personal level, Beyonce's played such a massive part in my musical journey. You know, from her days being in Destiny's Child, all those bangers that she gave us, all those great albums that she gave us with Destiny's Child. And then obviously when she decided to become a solo artist in 2003, look all the bangers from then till now that she's given us. And long may her reign continue. Because the day that Beyonce decides to retire from music, guys, that is going to be a very, very sad day. A very sad day. See, shout out to Beyonce, man. You know, Beyonce, I'm giving you your flowers because you absolutely deserve them. You're one of the best artists that has ever graced, you know, music. One of the best performers as well. You're up there with Michael Jackson, Prince. You know, some of the greatest performers of all time. There will never be another Beyonce. That's what I know. There will never ever be another Beyonce. Beyonce, congratulations for this latest milestone. You know, the Queen Bee. The Queen Bee breaking records 30 years later. We love to see it. But guys, listen, let me know what you think about this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. I want to hear what you guys think, you know, about this latest milestone from the Queen Bee. And I'll be back again real soon with another video. But until then, stay blessed. I'm out. Peace.